Today, the Middle East faces a significant escalation in an already volatile conflict. Yemen's Houthi movement has formally declared its entry into the war alongside Iran and has launched missiles toward Israel. While Israeli defense systems intercepted the incoming projectiles, the political and strategic impact of this move could be far greater than the physical damage. This is no longer a contained confrontation. A new front has opened. So what happened? Why does it matter? And what could come next? Earlier today, Houthi leadership publicly announced that they are joining Iran's fight against Israel and its allies. Shortly after that declaration, ballistic missiles were launched from Houthi-controlled territory in Yemen toward Israeli targets. Israeli officials confirmed that air defense systems intercepted the missiles before impact. There were no immediate reports of casualties, but even without physical damage, the symbolism is unmistakable. The conflict is widening. The Houthis are no longer operating in the background. They are declaring themselves active participants in a broader regional war. To understand the significance of this moment, it's important to understand who the Houthis are. The Houthis, also known as Ansar Allah, are a political and armed movement that controls large parts of northern Yemen, including the capital, Sana'a. Over the past decade, they have fought a prolonged war against a Saudi-led coalition and have steadily expanded their military capabilities. They are widely regarded as being aligned with Iran. While the Houthis maintain their own local agenda and leadership structure, Iran has been accused of providing them with weapons, training, and strategic support. Tehran denies direct control, but the relationship is widely acknowledged across the region. In recent years, the Houthis have demonstrated growing military sophistication. They have launched drones and missiles at regional targets and have disrupted maritime traffic in the Red Sea. But until now, their involvement in the broader Israel-Iran confrontation had been limited and indirect. Today changes that by launching missiles at Israel and explicitly framing their action as solidarity. With Iran's war effort, the Houthis have crossed a threshold. They have transformed from a peripheral actor into a declared combatant. Why does this matter? First, geography. Yemen sits at the southern edge of the Arabian Peninsula, overlooking one of the world's most critical maritime choke points, the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. This narrow passage connects the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and is a gateway for global trade moving between Europe and Asia. If the conflict intensifies and the Houthis escalate attacks on shipping, the impact could ripple far beyond the Middle East. Energy prices, supply chains, and international commerce could all feel the strain. Second, military dynamics. Until now, the primary theater of confrontation has centered around Iran and Israel, with the United States supporting Israel diplomatically and militarily. The addition of Yemen as an active launch point expands the battlefield by more than 1,000 miles. Israel now faces potential threats from multiple directions, north, east, and south. For the United States, which maintains naval forces in the region and has previously engaged Houthi targets to protect shipping lanes, this development raises immediate operational questions. Will Washington increase its presence in the Red Sea? Will it strike Houthi infrastructure? Or will it attempt to contain the escalation through deterrence and diplomacy? Third, the regional signal. The Houthis are part of a broader network of groups aligned with Iran across the Middle East. By openly joining the conflict, they may be signaling unity among what Iran calls the axis of resistance. The risk is that other groups could feel emboldened. The more actors that enter the conflict, the harder it becomes to control escalation. Each additional front increases the chance of miscalculation. What might happen next? There are several possible paths. One scenario is limited engagement. Israel could continue intercepting incoming missiles while avoiding major strikes inside Yemen. The Houthis could conduct symbolic attacks to demonstrate solidarity without committing to sustained escalation. Another possibility is retaliation. If Israel or the United States conducts direct strikes against Houthi leadership or missile sites, the conflict could intensify quickly. The Houthis have shown in the past that they can sustain missile campaigns over time. A third scenario involves maritime escalation. If Red Sea shipping becomes a target again, international naval forces may increase patrols and defensive operations. That, in turn, could create flashpoints between regional and global powers, operating in close proximity. At the heart of this moment is a larger question. Is this the beginning of a multi-front regional war, or a calculated show of force, designed to shift leverage without triggering full-scale escalation? History suggests that once conflicts expand geographically, they become more difficult to contain. Each new participant adds its own calculations, domestic pressures, and red lines. For Israel, missile launches from Yemen reinforce the perception of encirclement by hostile forces. For the Houthis, entering the conflict elevates their regional profile and aligns them more openly with Iran's strategic posture. For Iran, the involvement of an allied group complicates the military and diplomatic picture without necessarily exposing Tehran directly to additional strikes. And for civilians across the region, the stakes are even higher. Every new front increases uncertainty. Every escalation narrows the space for diplomacy. Financial markets are likely to watch developments closely,